Welcome. All right, I'm Mr. Brian. Thank you for joining us here today. So, part of our summer reading program, Reading Colors Your World, we're going to be making stress balls. Check out our little stress ball guy here. So, we're going to show you guys how to make this cool little fun stress ball. We can give it a big squeeze. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get started. All right, for our stress ball today, we are gonna need a balloon, and I'm using a 12-inch round red balloon. We're gonna fill our balloon with flour today. Some flour. You can also use sand if you want to use some sand. Cornstarch is good as well. You can even use some rice would work. But today we're going to use good old-fashioned flour. And we're going to put the flour inside a water bottle. So we're going to need an empty water bottle. In order to put the flour in the water bottle, we're going to need our funnel right here. So our funnel is going to help us put the flour inside our water bottle. Then with the water bottle, we're going to put the flour inside our balloon. I know it's kind of a few steps here, but it'll work out perfectly, trust me. And then we're gonna need some yarn for our friend's hair. He's gonna have some cool, crazy hair. So we're gonna need some yarn for his hair. We're gonna need a permanent marker, or just any type of marker, for our buddy's face, so we can draw his face. And then we're gonna need some scissors so we could cut his hair. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is put our flour inside our empty water bottle. So we're gonna use our funnel. And we're gonna go nice and slow. We're gonna put some flour in our empty water bottle. We want the water bottle to be about halfway full. If it's too full, then our stress ball is too big for us to squeeze. So we want it to be just about halfway full. How's that look? Maybe a little bit more? Yeah, I think you're right. I think we'll put a little bit more in there. All right, so we're done with our flour. So we got about half a water bottle full of flour. Now we're gonna put it in our 12-inch round balloon. So in order to do that, we're gonna have to blow up the balloon first. So let's blow up the balloon. There we go. We're not gonna get it all the way blown, just a little bit here, just so there's enough air in here that we could fit the flour inside our balloon. So it is a little tricky because we're gonna wanna put the top right over here over the top of the water bottle without losing any of the air that's in here. So what I do is I wrap it around my middle finger, and that way it gives me a little more flexibility to put it on our water bottle. All right, once I got it on, I'll slowly let go. And then we're gonna flip it over. Some of that flour right into our balloon here. You can see the flour going into our balloon right now. Almost done. All right. Got all that flour out of the bottle. Now it's in our balloon. So we want to be extra careful here that we want to make sure that we don't lose any of the air as we're disconnecting it from the bottle. So I pinch it with my hand and I just roll the top right on off. And again, we don't want to let go of it really quickly. We want to slowly let that air out of the balloon. If you let it go too quickly, when the air comes, it'll shoot out all of our flour too. So we want to do it nice and slowly. Get all that air out. All right. All that air's out. Ooh, a little bit came out. Now we're gonna tie a knot. All right. Got our knot. We got our guy here. It's nice and soft, nice and squishy. So the next thing we're going to do is give him some hair. I think he's going to need some hair. So we have our yarn. And I have some pretty big hands, so I'm just going to use 3 fingers, but you can use your whole hand and wrap the yarn around. But I am just going to use my 3 fingers right here. I'm going to wrap the yarn around a few times so I get plenty of hair. That looks pretty good. Then we're going to cut. And we have our yarn right there. We're going to get a little bit more to tie it. All right, so now we're going to tie it. We're going to place it right in the middle. I'm going to do 2 quick ties. 1 and 2. Now we're going to tie the hair onto our body. So we're going to do it just under the knot. So do you see our knot? We're going to tie it right underneath the knot here. All right, so we got 1. We'll do another one for good measure. 2. All right. Now we got all this hair over here. We're going to stick our scissors right through these loops, and we're going to give him a cut. And that's going to be his hair. All right. So this cool hair he has now. Trim a little there. I still have a little bit rest of the top of the knot here. I'm going to go ahead and trim this up too. There we go. Now our friend has some hair. And now all he needs is some eyes. Let's give him some eyes. He wants some eyes here. So marker. And I'm going to give my guy a worried look. He's worried that when we squeeze him, he's going to pop. He's like, no, don't squeeze me, don't squeeze me. So we're going to need some eyes. Let's give him some big eyes right up here. And then we'll give him some big old pupils right here too. Don't forget the worried eyebrows. And we'll give him a little squiggly face. He's worried that we're going to squeeze him too hard and he's going to pop. No! Ah, but he doesn't pop. He's perfect, huh? All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our simple craft here. Nice little stress ball. All we needed was a balloon, some flour, and some yarn. And we got ourselves a cool little we could squeeze. Oh. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Let's set him up here with his friends.